Your website is getting traffic. People are browsing, they're scrolling around, interacting with different sections, looking at your products, but when it comes time for them to actually do something, they just vanish. What if I told you that a single, simple mistake on your website could be sabotaging your signups at the most critical moment? In this video, I'm going to show you how call to action buttons with a clear, focused strategy can change your results. Hey, I'm Jacqueline, and I've redesigned hundreds of homepages for B2B SaaS companies over the past 10 years, and I've seen the same thing over and over again. Let me know if this sounds familiar. You've done all the hard work to get people to your site, traffic is pretty good, you've polished your copy, your design's looking great, but the leads, the signups, the sales, they just aren't happening. Before we fix the how, we have to understand the why. The root of this problem is about human psychology, known as the paradox of choice. When you're provided multiple options, you start worrying about making the wrong choice. The more options you have, the harder it is to choose any of them. That mental block, the hesitation, it's decision paralysis. Let's look at a few examples to dive into this. So when we look at this hero section here from Metronome, they have 3 competing actions in the hero section. Our hero section, we have 5 seconds to capture visitors' attention and really drive them to take action, whether that be keep scrolling or click a button to do something. And so when we have 3 competing actions right up here next to the headline section, next to the info that they're obviously going to be digesting, you're creating conflict. You're creating split focus for your user to do something, whether that be go to the new white paper you've published, whether that be to get started, or whether that be to request a demo. Which option do you really want to drive your users to take to make an influence in your marketing strategy? So if you are pushing out a new white paper, you might not want that in your hero section that's competing with your benefit, solution, and value messaging. Instead, you could have that further down the page in a call-out banner. Now, coincidentally enough, I was scrolling down their homepage, and they do have a call-out banner, exactly what I was thinking about, but it's for a video interview with their CEO. Well, if you're launching a new white paper that you just spend a lot of time and resources and probably money in, why don't you just use a banner to call that out for a month? 4 to 6 weeks to really drive clicks to this new thing that you're promoting on social, on your website, and you can put the CEO interview video up later. But to have it in your hero section, competing with the action that any site visitor that comes from any channel that you're driving from, it's going to create conflict. You're going to reduce the amount of clicks to probably your highest converting button, the request a demo, or a free trial, maybe is get started. I would get more specific with that language of, get started with a free trial if that's what we're driving to. But having 3 actions creates a lot of conflict and thinking from the user of what's the right place to start. Where do I click to get what I want? So you want to make sure that your hero section is really focused in and dialed in specifically to what you want buyers to do. And that's probably to sign up with a free trial or request a demo, contact us, whatever that action is, because a white paper is going to be a passive action. They're going to be reading through content, learning on their own time. You want to really drive to an action-oriented form fill so that you get their information and you can continue to market them and they're coming to you as like, hey, I'm a hot lead, I'm ready to go. Another example here from wealth.com that not only splits focus, but also loses buyer trust is their hero section here, which they have a really great, strong product visual. You see the dashboard, you get a feel for what you could be wanting to, dive into and get your hands on. But then they have these 2 CTAs, get a demo, see how it works in 2 minutes. See how it works in 2 minutes with a play button makes you think as an end user who's been on the internet for years, play button means play video. See how it works means you'll visually see some sort of product demonstration. And when you click this button, I kid you not, it takes you to a form fill. Fill out the form to receive a video overview of our platform. Oh, you have lost my trust. Why on earth would I have to give you my information to see a 2-minute video, like highlighting and overviewing the product, right? You're losing buyer trust and you've taken them away from get a demo. So if I landed here and I clicked see how it works and I got taken to a form fill, I'm just annoyed and I'm clicking out. You've completely lost the site visitor. Whereas if you only had the Get a Demo button and it only drove to a form fill where you are giving your information to schedule time to get a demo, you've converted them already. That's a conversion. Whereas getting their information to provide them a video, you've lost their trust, and the video is not going to probably push them over the edge to then request a demo. We're creating too many steps. We're creating too much confusion. Get a demo. Give me the info. Get into the platform. See how it works? Show me a video of how it works. And I hate to tell you this, but if you keep scrolling down on their homepage, they have about a 2-minute video of how it works. Ooh, it's just so much not working here, right? We don't want to confuse buyers. We don't want to lose their trust. So give them a clear, specific CTA. A visitor lands on your page. They're interested, but they see 3 competing actions and they start to ask themselves questions. Should I read a long white paper? It's clearly important, but nah, I'm ready to get started. Or no, request a demo. Instead of making a choice, they'll make the easiest choice of all. Nothing. They'll leave, and that's how you lose a sale. The problem with multiple competing calls to action is that they don't just cause confusion, they dilute your main message and split someone's focus into 3 different options. You're not creating helpful pathways, you're creating confusion. And what do I always say? Confusion kills conversions. Here's the deal. By providing one clear choice, you empower users to find the right path for them without overwhelming them. Now, I've been specifically looking at hero sections in this video, but your entire homepage should have a focused goal. It might not necessarily only have one CTA on the page, but it should primarily drive to the single action you want someone to take. And that might be to increase free trial signups, or demo requests, or explore the product through feature details and product demo videos. So how could you do this for your long homepage? Do you just put one button at the bottom? No, you use repetition. But, and this is critical, you need to repeat the exact same single CTA. Place it above the fold for users who are ready to act immediately. Place it again halfway down after you've explained a key benefit or feature that you know that they're looking for. And place it once more at the end after they've consumed a lot of content. You aren't adding more choices, you're just reinforcing the one clear choice as they scroll. If we take a look here at Kajabi, their homepage hero, yes, you could say it's plain, it's boring, but you know what it is? It's focused. It's white background, black text, a clear headline, a clear CTA that matches your CTA in the navigation, and there's only 2 things to do. Keep scrolling to learn more, or start my free trial. There's no confusion of what to do. Yes, users might use your navigation to go find some other information, but typically they're either going to keep scrolling down your homepage, so make sure your homepage has rich information about product features, benefits, solutions, customer stories, things like that. But if they don't scroll, they're likely just going to take action. They're likely going to click whatever button it is that you serve them. So don't dilute their attention with 2. Give them one specific focused CTA to keep them moving down the funnel. To elevate this even more, instead of a start free trial or a get started, get really specific. Clay here has start building for free. These more specific CTAs convert at a higher rate because buyers don't have to think about what happens when they click. Start free trial, does that have a really long sign up process? Do I have to give a credit card to get started? If you say something like start building for free, you know that you could probably start minutes or seconds after you click this button, and you will not need to pay anything right now to jump into Clay and see what it's like to use it. If you want to do a free trial, maybe get specific. Start your 14-day free trial. There's less questions and less friction that your potential buyers are going to have to face when they want to take action. Give them as much information as you possibly can to reduce any hesitation in clicking. That's what we want. We want people to click, we want people to take action, and we want them to move themselves down the funnel in the way that we want. And so we serve them one specific path to ensure that we get the results we want. This example is based on some work I did with a client where we increased MQLs on their homepage by 19% because we reduced clutter and we created a specific, clear path, a single path for site visitors. We wanted to push free trial signups, and so we had a try us for free button throughout the homepage in different sections, and we did it strategically. So in the hero section, we really reduced clutter. We had a clear headline. We had a product shot that gave you a teaser of what it was like to jump right into the product and start using it right now for free. And then we had a logo carousel. We had a product features section that did have additional CTAs to learn more about different product features, because obviously people coming to check out your big, extensive, dense product, they want to know about the different features they'll be using, and they want to know specifically about features that they're most interested, because they're going to be interested in more features than others. And so allowing CTAs in different sections makes total sense, but have a primary CTA that really drives to that one action you want them to be taking. In this case, try us for free. Then we had a customer testimonial block where we really reinforce how these product features have helped them in their work life. And then there's a benefit type, solution type of block here where we're talking about saving you time, reducing overhead, speeding up processes, things that aren't specific to the product, but tangible value that you get using the product. So we want to make sure that we use a whole homepage to really talk about the different parts of who we are, what we do, and how they help you. And so then reinforcing this with a primary CTA, try us for free. Another CTA to, again, reinforce how the time saving, the headache reducing has really benefited somebody who's used the product. We fit where you are today. Connect your current tech stack. Try us for free. We're answering questions that users have throughout the homepage and then being like, see how we do that? Try us for free. See how we've done that? Try us for free. We are at ABC of where you're at in your tech adventure, your tech stack today. Try us for free. You're constantly reinforcing the action that you want them to take by repeating that primary action, by repeating that button. It's not repetition for the end user. It might be repetition for you. Oh, I'm serving this button too many times. Well, no, they're going through digesting each section one at a time, hopefully, most likely scanning and skimming the top keywords that they're looking for. But say they're halfway through the page, what do here? They either keep scrolling or they click. Ultimately, while these are best practices, the only way to know for sure what works for your specific audience is to test. Create an A/B test. Pit your current page against a new version with a single focused CTA. Test the button text. Test the button placement. The data you get is going to help you optimize your website to continue on the path to increasing signups and conversions. So it's time to take a look at your own homepage. Are you focusing users down one specific path? If not, and you need some help with it, feel free to reach out using the link in the description. If you have other topics you want to hear about, leave a comment and let me know.